I want to share with you some interesting information about marketing to existing customers. Now, here's one of the cool things about it is that it's much easier to sell stuff to existing customers than it is to go out there into the wide world to find new customers. But the shocking reality is that only a minority, I'm talking about less than a third, maybe even less than a quarter, of small businesses regularly keep in touch and market to their existing customer base. And to me, this is an outright travesty because, to be honest, your customer base is it's the easiest market you've got. If they like you, do business with you, more likely to buy again or buy different stuff if you let them know about it. But the more I see this, and I know I've covered this elsewhere, but the more I see this, the more I think, actually, you know, guys, we really ought to be getting on top of this. We really ought to be promoting to existing customers. We really ought to be keeping in touch with those who've already bought from us in some way, shape or form. Now, I want to let you into a bit of a secret. Now, here, a quick way of growing your business by a third, and that's to get 10% more customers, get your existing customers to spend 10% more on for every purchase, and for every time they purchase, and get them purchasing 10% more frequently. So it's 10% more customers, 10% more spend per purchase, and 10% more frequently. Now, here's the cool thing about it, is if you did all of those, your business would grow by just under a third. That's right. But what all you've done is to get 10% more customers. You've not spent all your time just doing, just getting customers. Only 10% of that growth is with new customers, 10% new customers. The other two are working with existing customers. And those are getting them, again, to spend 10% more every time they spend something and to get them spending 10% more frequently. Now, I would urge you to have a think about this. If you want your business to grow by a third really quickly, just focus on 10% more customers, 10% more spend per purchase, and 10% more frequently spending. It really is that simple. Growing a business is actually quite simple, but we make it more complicated by overthinking it, by not properly doing our marketing, not properly doing our research, not properly understanding our customer base, and a whole bunch of other things. But the mechanics of it are actually fairly straightforward. I would say keep it simple, focus on those numbers, spend more time promoting to your existing customers. I promise you it will be so worthwhile. And again, so few businesses actually do this. They get a customer on board, and then they just assume that they're going to stay. They just assume that every time they want to buy something, they're going to come back because they've bought from us before. And it's lazy, and at worst, it's arrogant to believe that your customers are just going to keep coming back because they bought from you in the past. Sadly, consumers and businesses are smarter than that these days. And if they can't see a good reason to stick around, they'll go somewhere else. Or they get a better offer, they'll go somewhere else. Or somebody puts something nicer in front of them, they'll go somewhere else. So the key thing is this. Spend more time promoting to your existing customers. I promise you, it's low-hanging fruit. It's one of the easiest things you can do. But the great thing about it is it will help to sustain your business long-term. I promise you. But it will also be so much easier to sell to your existing customers. It's not difficult. Keep it simple and don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. But just remember, if you want your business to grow by a third, get 10% more customers, 10% more per spend, 10% more frequency of spend. It really is that simple. And that's it. Got any questions, please ask. I'm more than happy to help. Or you can contact us via aucklandbusinessbuilders.co.nz. But I'm going to stop talking. I really appreciate you tuning in. Just go out and do this stuff. It isn't difficult, but you just need to do it. Anyway, I'm going to stop. Thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.